Hello and welcome to
Let's Talk Performing Arts.
I'm Michaela Kendrick.
And I'm Ursula DeBray.
We are very excited to share our new guest with you.
She's co-founder of the much-loved Olympia Family Theater and an inspirational local hero to hundreds of kids. Ladies and gentlemen, Jen Ryle.
Thank you for being here.
Start.
Thank you for being here today with us, Jen.
It's very nice to be here, thanks.
So I wanted to start it off with kind of a generic question of how you've grown through when you started acting and when, I don't know, like now,
Like since I was a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you started when you were a kid.
I did. I started performing when I was very young, singing and doing plays at church and in the community and at school. And I did a lot of that all the way through high school. And I went to a little bit of college and studied theater there. And then I got married and had my kids. And then once my youngest was in grade school at Lincoln, then I went back to college to finish my degree at Evergreen. And at that time, I had lived in Olympia a couple of years, and I knew there was great theater around.
Of course.
And I wanted to contribute to that. And I thought the one thing that we were missing was a children's theater. And what I mean by that is plays that are done for children to see, like Winnie the Pooh and Alice in Wonderland and those kinds of plays.
Yeah.
So that's why I started the theater. I had grown up doing performing and being on stage, and then I got more interested in directing and producing shows.
Awesome. I know that I don't know about other schools, but at Lincoln, Olympia Family Theater is a huge deal. Everyone loves it, and we're all doing camps here, and we do all sorts of skits and stuff, and it's really fun.
Well, since I volunteered for a long time at Lincoln, I did plays there, and so I knew a lot of the teachers and
That influenced
the kids.
Lincoln in a big way.
And so, yeah, that became one of my, like you said, my biggest fans.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot there too, working with kids in that venue. Then I was able to do what I have done.
Yeah, everyone loves it. It's really fun.
What do you think is your most popular play with children?
You mean so far, or?
So far.
You know, some of the biggest performing shows that we've done as far as the audience who comes, that's what you mean, right? Some of the best ones are the musicals, and specifically A Year with Frog and Toad, which we've done twice, and we're doing again next year in our 10th year. Also, things that are aimed at the really younger kids, like Go Dog Go, which was also a musical. Alice in Wonderland is always popular. I think when they're familiar, that becomes
Classic books.
a big draw for people. When we did The Velveteen Rabbit, people really love that book, whether it's the kids themselves or their moms, and so then they come see the show.
Yeah, awesome. And so it's fun to have the kids perform in it too.
We do that too. We have kind of 4 separate programs. The main stage season that you guys have seen some shows there is mostly adult actors performing for an all ages audience, but then we have camps, like Michaela has been in a camp, and we have classes and workshops happening all through the school year, and those are for kids to have opportunities to perform. And then we also have a Let's Play program that happens once a month with little teeny kids coming to see shows, so that like little 2- and 3-year-olds can come and see a really short show and get introduced to the art form and kind of used to the way stories are told in that dramatic way.
Yeah, that's awesome. When I was like 6 or 5, I went to go see kind of one of those, and I went back to school and I was like, I want to do a bunch of theater and stuff. And it's really fun.
Right. It's inspiring to see it done and then to be able to try it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think would have been, if you had done a play that you haven't done before, which play do you think would be the most popular that you could do but you haven't done before?
Would it be popular or one that I really want to, a story I really want to tell?
One that would be popular and one that you want to tell.
I have a play that I've been wanting to do since we started that we haven't done yet, but we may do soon. It's actually all about Galileo, who was a scientist, and it's called Starry Messenger. And there is actually a children's picture book called Starry Messenger.
I have that.
They have it at the Lincoln
really
Library.
Cool.
I'd love to do that play. Part of it is written in verse, and it tells the story of both his inventions and also just his imagination, and it follows him through his life. So I think it's really inspiring. It's not a known title, though, so I don't know if it would be popular. I hope so, because I would love to do it.
Sounds very cool.
I think that maybe a new thing would be kind of popular.
We try to mix it in there
Yeah.
sometimes, not do something everyone has heard of. This year we did a show called The Monster Under the Bed this past season, and it didn't come from a book. It was just written as an original play.
Oh, okay. Because there's a book called that.
It's called something very similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like a.
The little brother comes and hides
Yeah.
in his big brother's bed with him because he thinks there's a monster. It's not that one. It's a different story.
That one was I think it was a Washington's Children's Choice Award book.
Oh.
Something like that. And that's how I know of it. So I have a question because I've only been in your location once to see a play of my friends. Not that she put on, but she was in it.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, how are you guys liking your new location?
We love it. We just moved in, officially opened up in September, so we've had one whole season there. Our season goes with the school year, so through September through June. And now we're doing our first year of summer camps in that larger space. We're able to hold 2 camps at once because we have enough space to have the little kids in the lobby, and then the bigger kids can be on the stage. And we have their lunch tables set up backstage. It's really fun, and it's great to be able to kind of spread out into that larger space and have more programs and more people in the building.
Yeah, I remember the first time I walked into the new location, I was like, wow, why is this lobby so big? It's like as big as the stage. And then Ella told me, well, we do like half the camp here and half the camp over there, so
Right.
it's just as
It's nice
big.
to be able to move around.
Yeah, it's really colorful and pretty.
So you do summer camps now? What kind of summer camps are you doing this year?
Well, this week we have 2 camps running, like I said. In the lobby we have superheroes and silliness, so it's kids who are 4 to 6 years old, and we made them all a little cape. Some volunteers sewed the capes for me. They get to take them home at the end of the week, and they're making up their own superheroes and just putting on a really short skit and introducing their superpowers in kind of the skit form. And that's just a half-day camp. And then in the theater, they're doing a play, or actually it's Broadway kids, like you're going to do later in the summer, but this is for the younger set. So this is the 6 to 9-year-olds. And so they're singing and dancing, and they're just having a great time in the theater, working so hard.
See that? That sounds really fun.
It's really fun.
Now I want to do this next year, so
Good, that'd be great.
do more camps. I'll be gone most of the summer, but I want to do some more camps with you guys.
Yeah.
Let's think. Do you have a question?
Yeah. So how many employees do you have?
We have just 2 staff members. It's myself and Alexis Sarah, who is my marketing and operations manager. And my title is the artistic director, but like you said at the beginning, I'm one of the co-founders. So myself and Samantha Chandler started the theater almost 10 years ago now. And we just put it together, said, let's put on a show, and we pooled our own money to put on our very first show, and it did well enough that we were able to continue. So it's just grown and grown. We're entering our 10th season, and we're in our own building, and so it's exciting. We have a whole bunch of volunteers, and then we have staff who work the camps, so we hire them on a contract basis, each teacher and intern, and then we have production staff during the year to design the sets and make the costumes, and so it's a constantly a revolving door of people.
That's great. I know that a lot of people really like what you guys do and appreciate it.
Well, it's a
wondering
really
how-
fun job.
Yeah. How do you think that Olympia Family Theater has, I guess, affected Olympia or downtown area? Or
Well, one of our hopes in being in the new space and having all of our programs under one roof is really to bring a lot of families downtown and to really have that kind of additive culture to what's happening downtown and have something fun and light and bring business downtown as well. You know, our local restaurants and bookshops and all the rest benefit from us bringing families downtown.
Yeah.
You know, we're right across from City Hall. It's a really beautiful part of the street, and so we're just happy to be there.
Awesome. Yeah, my mom, she owns Beleza Ropa downtown, so
Oh,
if I tell her that, she'll
That's on
probably
our
be
same
really
street.
happy. Yeah. So, what else?
Do you want to know what we're doing this coming
Sure.
season?
Of course.
So starting in the fall, our next season opens with Mercy Watson to the Rescue. Do you guys know that book?
Sounds familiar.
It's about a pig who loves toast.
Yes.
Yes. Sounds familiar now? Yes.
They used to read it to us at lunch when we were little.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's our opening show for the 10th season. So, and then at the holiday season, we're doing A Charlie Brown Christmas. And we're really, really excited. It's just comes directly from the video that many of us have seen all the time.
Yeah.
It has all the beautiful Vince Guaraldi music, the jazz music. And so it's kind of a musical or a play with music.
Okay. I've got a question. It's kind of way different than
Okay.
what you just were talking about.
That's fine.
But it's about Creative Theater Experience. I heard that you used to work there, and I want to know what you did. Like, were you making costumes? Were you doing makeup? Or what were you doing?
Well, the first thing I did there is I sent my daughters there for camp. So they
my
did
favorite
Creative Theater Experience when they were younger. And then when I was going to Evergreen to finish my degree, like I said, one of the summer quarters, I signed on to be an intern and do a special project with CTE over the summer. And I was Kathy Dorgan's shadow, so to speak. She's the artistic director there. So I followed her around and I learned from her, and I told them that my goal at that time was to start a children's theater in Olympia. And so they met me and I worked with them that whole summer, and then the next summer they hired me to come back and do the costumes. So I costumed for them for 2 summers after that.
I remember my first year at Creative Theater Experience, we had an intern, and then the second year, she became the costume.
Stephanie?
Stephanie, yes. She, and I guess she kind of took after you, probably, because you were...
Well, I worked with her
you
there
were,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. And she was in my
she's
very
great.
first show at Olympia Family Theater too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And she was in a show this year, two of our shows this last year too.
She's great.
It's a small town.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah,
We
you're
loved
welcome.
it. Well, folks, that wraps it up.
I'm Michaela Kendrick,
And I'm Ursula DeBray.
and
And this has been...
Let's Talk Performing Art.
Yay!